Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, a podcast that reviews the movies and talks that nerd shit. As always, is the Nerd's Gonna here to host the show, alongside our wonderful host, Brad. Oh, shit, wrong hand. Brad, Young Yoda.
Sup, everybody. I just wanted to say, put it right out there, there's no other co-host that can lace my goddamn boots.
None of them, right?
None of them.
I don't care where they come from. What's it called? I don't know. I don't care what company they come from.
Yeah,
No.
X, whatever the fuck, big podcast.
Yeah. They can't lace my goddamn
Goddamn
XLR
boots.
mic. XLR cord. Yeah. Wonderful
Stay Friday.
Thursday with you all here. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We are here for a couple of reviews. We had the distinct honor of being part of the press for the Los Angeles Asian Pacific Film Festival this year, and we were able to watch some films from there. And we are going to be covering three films today. Yep. We're going to be covering three films today. But of course, before we get into any of that wonderful stuff, Brad, how you doing?
Doing well. How you doing, Raul?
Good. I hit my head on the refrigerator.
You okay? You got a concussion? Not gonna
I
bleed
mean,
out, right?
I can't fall asleep right now. If I do, I'm gonna,
You're gonna be kind of fucked.
Yeah. If it's anything I learned from my mom, anytime you hit your head, don't go to sleep.
Yeah, you don't want to Bob Saget it.
Yeah. But I'm
Rest in
all
peace,
right.
Bob Saget. That wasn't meant as a joke.
Yeah.
That was meant as a cautionary tale.
Yep. Pretty good day. I just sat watch some films, watch what was left of the films that I needed to watch for this one. And also just hung out, worked on some stuff, just all that wonderful stuff. But not much, man. Tomorrow, I'll let you guys know right now. I don't think I'll be on live show tomorrow, and that means it probably won't be live show tomorrow. But Chill Zone's gonna be doing Game Record tomorrow, so you guys can watch that. I've got a movie to go watch in the city tomorrow at 9:00, so that means I have to leave by 7:30 or 6:30, probably to beat traffic.
At night.
9:00, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch Gaspar Noé's Lux Eterna. It's gonna be showing at the in the city, so it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna go watch that, and then and then Saturday we can go ahead and start with our Kenobi reviews, and hopefully Sunday get some Boys review in there too.
Boys, when did the Boys drop?
Tomorrow, dude.
Damn.
Tomorrow the first episode drops.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Lots of cool stuff coming down here. I really want to talk about these first 3 episodes of Kenobi already. Yeah.
Spoiler review. They're good.
They're good. They're good. Yeah. They're good.
I don't care what the fanboys say. I don't listen to the fanboys.
Yeah.
Fuck all your racist bullshit.
Yeah. Fuck all y'all racist bullshit.
Like Third Sister, fucking rocks. Like.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Other than that, just not much going on here. Really, not much going on here. We've been playing some cool games. I think I'm into like where I left off in Jedi Fallen Order. So if I play that tonight, I might be finishing up a little bit more. But yeah, that's been fun.
How's that been going? Like just the overall, like.
I'm not gonna lie, man. This game does play better on my PC than it ever played on my PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I can see it.
It's just a lot of fun. I like that game. I like that game a lot. But yeah, Brad, you never finished it, did you?
No, I don't finish games. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, it's fun, bro.
I barely start games.
The hell is this, man?
Something we can't sing.
Yeah.
Revving up your engine.
No. We went to go see Top Gun Maverick last night.
I didn't.
I saw Top Gun Maverick last night. And that's all I'll say about that. We'll probably get to review this film until it drops on Paramount Plus. Let's be real here. Brad's gonna go to the theater for probably Thor, and that's what he's gonna go soon. But not for fucking Top Gun Maverick. I'm sorry.
Man, I didn't even make it to fucking Doctor Strange. What are we talking about? You think I'm gonna make it a
Yeah.
Top Gun? Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck Tom Cruise.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Yeah. But we do have three films that we're going to talk about today. But before we can get into any of that, I do want to push aside so we can have all the time to talk about the films. Let's go ahead and do our coin toss because, of course, remember, y'all, I told y'all that we will be covering the films of David Cronenberg this month as we are celebrating the release of his new film, Crimes of the Future, featuring Viggo Mortensen, Kristen Stewart, Lea Seydoux, and a lot of other great actors and actresses. Um, my picks are Eastern Promises, The Fly, and my Patreon mini is Scanners.
Ooh.
Brad's picks are a History of Violence, The Brood, and Fast Company as his Patreon pick. I've only seen one of these films. I've only seen A History of Violence. I actually own The History of Violence on Blu-ray. I love that. I like that movie a lot. That movie is freaking cool.
I think I've seen
Good.
The Fly.
You've seen The
That's
Fly with
it.
Jeff Goldblum, right?
Yeah, I think I've seen The Fly, and that's
Yeah.
it.
I've never seen The Fly.
Or just the clips of Fly. I don't remember, but I've seen parts of The Fly.
Yeah. Well, best believe this month will be filled of a lot of body horror, and we might just get a little queasy. But you
I don't
know,
know. We watched Racerhead and that one movie where they ate shit. So I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't think anything can phase me anymore, dude.
No, I think I'm unfortunately we're desensitized to all
Yeah.
of it.
All right. Well, um, let's go ahead and get this, Brad. Let's go ahead and do our coin toss.
I'll,
I will call. Fuck it. I'm gonna call heads.
actually, it's heads.
Heads. All right. Cool. So, next week we will do Eastern Promises. The week after that we will do A History of Violence. The week after that we will do The Fly, and then we will end it with The Brood. As we will also do our Patreon mini will be Scanners. So, yeah, should be a lot of fun, y'all. Should be a lot of fun. Exciting stuff there, man.
Oh, what do we have? What do we have going on after the show?
We're gonna play some Geotastic.
Geotastic with the team.
Yeah,
with
on
the
my
group.
yeah, on my twitch.tv/nerds y'all. We're gonna play some Geotastic with some friends.
I'm so horrible at geography that I didn't even know Slovenia and Slovakia
Slovenia,
existed. Whatever, Slovenia. The American school system has failed us.
Yeah, but you have so much fun with the game, bro.
Yeah, except everybody's like, oh, that was, some random fucking place in Europe, and I'm just like, Iran.
Like, fuck it, it looks like I saw it in an Abbas Kiarostami film.
Yeah, that looked like Kiarostami where he's driving the car up the hill. What the hell?
Yeah, like that's pretty much every fucking Kiarostami movie. He's driving.
That's, yeah.
Oh, man. Well,
fuck you, Roger Ebert. Rest in peace.
Peace. But,
I'm just saying that 1-star review was unwarranted. So fuck that, man.
Unwarranted, man. But of course, y'all. That'll be after this. I'll let y'all know what's up. But before we get into any of this, of course, Luis is supposed to be here, but he's not feeling too hot. He can't really speak too much. So of course, we want to thank Luis so much for all the coverage he did with interviews. So if you want to go and check that out on YouTube.com/nerdcore, we actually have a playlist called Los Angeles Asia Pacific Film Festival. And it has all the coverage that Luis did. Or you can go to nerdcore.com and click on the interviews menu, and you'll get all the interviews that he's done. So he did all the interviews for Los Angeles Asian Pacific Film Festival. He talked to the directors of these three films, and he also talked to a couple more directors. So go and check that out, y'all. Plus, I don't think I actually had the chance to plug this because we weren't here, but Luis also sat down with the head of makeup. The head of the makeup department for Moon Knight, talked to Donald Mowat. So go and check that out as well. He wonderful interviews. I'm so proud of Luis and everything that he's doing for us. He did a great part, and it's been another successful festival run here for another one with a bunch of great stuff from Luis and ourselves here. So, of course, without further ado, Brad's already like, okay, stop sucking. Stop. What's it called? Stop blowing Luis. Let's go. Let's just go ahead and talk about these movies. All right, let's get into this, y'all. We're gonna go with our first film, Dealing with Dad, which, of course, y'all, none of these films have Wikipedia articles, so we really can't do the whole from our one and only source, Wikipedia. But I'm gonna go ahead and read. Yeah, we lost Brett. I'm gonna go ahead and read what the festival page has here. Um, so, written and directed by Tom Huang, um, and yeah, written and directed by Tom Huang, Margaret, Ali McKee, and Roy, Peter Kim, two siblings who have grown apart, have to go back to their childhood home to visit their ailing father, Dana Lee. The state of the bedridden patriarch is not at all a bother for their mother, Sophie Paige Leung, and younger brother Larry Hayden Zeto. Although all siblings have their own plates full, they have to come together in this bittersweet comedy to deal with dad.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah. Written and directed by Tom Quang, produced by Brian Yang, Tanner Kling, Cindy Liu, Richard Kulina, Tom Quang. Director of photography is Irvin Liu. Editing is done by Kurt Nishimura and Tom Quang. Production design is done by Sam Kranich. And music is done by Carl Prazer and what's it called? And Emmy Meyer. Yeah. So Brad, I'll go ahead and open it up here. I guess we'll go you first for this one. What were your thoughts on dealing with dad?
This was very well done, in my opinion. Just I gotta say, this had a lot of comedy in it, which I was digging. And then the whole story and just the family coming together to deal with a dad who, throughout their childhood, was not the best father. Like he was there, but he was there angrily, like because he didn't get his disco room or something. Um, but I gotta say, like cinematography wise, music wise, the acting is really great by everyone in this film. Um, but I gotta put it out there. The only thing I did not like about this is some of the dramatic portions that happen. I think are cut off way too early by the comedy, which we've
Mhm.
seen happen before in previous films by directors probably with more under their belt. So I'm not saying it's like a terrible thing, but I would have liked for some of those dramatic parts, like where she's dealing with her dad,
Mhm.
hint hint, uh, to have gone a little further and not just be like immediately cut off with comedy. That was really my only issue with this film.
Yeah, I feel like when you kind of try to do the dramedy thing, I think you have to balance your drama and your comedy well, and that's something that I kind of found in this film as well. Is that when there's moments of like the sincerity and that drama, we're like, oh, this is really good, and like let me cling on to that a little bit more, and it kind of gets taken away real quick by having to insert the joke, and it's like
Yeah,
we get it, like you can write comedy, and I can tell you this right now, this screenplay is good. I
yeah,
really like this dialogue, and I think that the comedy is well written and well, but there were moments in this film where I was like, oh man, like I would really like to stay with this a little bit longer, and we just have to kind of move on to kind of finish the film and kind of and do insert the jokes here. And I'm like, oh, like just find that perfect way to balance it, and I think you have yourself a really really good movie on your hands.
yeah. I think it was good. I
Yeah,
mean, like I don't know what else to really say about it other than
yeah,
they got the comedy down, like
yeah,
down pat with the dialogue, all that, the moments in it. They made me
yeah,
like laugh out loud, and
yeah.
it's just parts of the drama that they were trying to kind of throw in there were just cut off real quick.
Yeah, I found the overall messaging to be really good too and very clear. I found like I love that ending. I think they did such a great job. What's it called? And like finally making it realize like, hey, what's it called? Everybody around you's already moved on, man. What's it called? It's time, girl. It's like it's time for you to move on too,
Yep.
because like everybody, like you're the only one who's stuck trying to deal with him, and it's like everybody else kind of moved on. They're like, yeah,
Everybody kind of just ignoring him. That's just the way he is.
it's just the way he is, and there is nothing that's gonna happen that you can change how he is, and it's a generational thing more than anything. And you get a hint, you get so many what's it called instances of that where it's like it's a generational thing. It's like his father treated what's it called?
Him even more poorly than he treated
Yeah,
them, and so forth. So, and that's basically how it goes. And
yeah,
I don't want to say every culture, but most cultures that's kind of how it goes. It's
yeah,
you know
yeah,
just the way it is, like
yeah.
Tupac would
It's like
say.
it takes breaking the cycle. You know, you have to break the cycle.
Yeah,
And I like how it also kind of discusses a lot about colorism in the community as well. With what's it called? With Margaret and her son and her husband, because she is married to a black man, and they have what's it called? What's it called? They have a biracial child.
I'm
So
not
it's
gonna
what.
say what Grandma said.
No, I'm not gonna say what Grandma said because Grandma was. Yeah, I love how she's like, what's it called? You think it's great that your son, what's it called? You're racist to your son, like calling him that. Like, come on. Um,
I,
but
I like the moment at breakfast where the grandma had bought month-old manager special donuts. And they were
yeah.
all eating it, and I'm just going, this could literally be for any family.
Yeah. And you see, that's where the movie excels well. It, like, has a method of like connecting with you, and like it stays. And it's just what's it called? I think that it does a good job. I just
I,
feel like you kind of like get a little bit of that direction more down, and just fix the pacing in bits and pieces there. And I
yeah,
think you have yourself a
I
really really good movie.
I would like to ask the director if they did this one thing on purpose. So when the older brother backs up the car into the wall and the front is smoking, was that for a comedic effect right there, or did they just like,
The movie
yeah,
trope,
that's
bro.
totally how that went?
Yeah. It's the movie trope. Like
Yeah,
that's what happens in every single movie where a car backs up. It somehow starts smoking from the front. It's
in
like
front. It's just like that's
that's not
not
how
how
cars work,
any of
dude.
that works.
Yeah. But uh, I enjoyed this. Definitely was one that I enjoyed from the festival. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this film a 6 out of 10. Or are you gonna
I'm
go ahead
gonna
and give
go
it, Brad?
ahead and give this a 7.5 out of 10.
All right. All right. Now let's go ahead and move on to our next film, y'all. Dawning, which is directed by Young Min Kim. Which, by the way, Bruce did an interview with the director of this film as well. The past is never left in the past. When Haejin Park, a trauma therapist, travels back to her hometown to confront her younger sister Sujin, all her memories she tried so hard to forget come hauntingly rushing back. In his featured debut film, Young Min Kim delivers a chilling psychological thriller that explores the important topic of mental health. Written and directed by Young Min Kim, is produced by Young Min Kim and Jason Chow. Director of photography is Tim Toda. Edited by Yajin Oh, and composed by Alex Winkler. The music is composed by Alex Winkler. And I just want to go ahead and just give a shout out to these two people who worked on the sound design department. Y'all did wonderful. To Christina Gonzalez and Dominic Orsi. And yeah, that is Dawning. I'll go ahead and kick this one off, and then I'll go ahead and send it to Brad. From the three that I watched, this is easily my favorite. I think that this film, first of all, sound design is incredible. I mean, I watched with these headphones on. I watched with these headphones on, and I mean, there were moments where I was like, "Yo, I had to check around because I felt like those steps coming, like I was like, holy
Oh
shit!"
yeah,
Like, yeah, sound design is impeccable here. I really enjoy the story. I think the execution's a bit off. I think that if we could have added a little bit more fluff in there, and we add like 10 to 12 more minutes in there, we could have really what's it called had ourselves like a really really cohesive story. But this is a really solid debut, and it shows a lot of promise for this director, which I think once you get into your second and third movie, you're gonna have a big talent on your hands. uh Brad, what do you think about Donnie?
um, as a psychological horror, which is what this is, it's fucking amazing. The is it? I don't know which movie this is. Is this the director's first film?
Yeah, this is his first
Then
movie.
that's pretty crazy. For this being the first film, because this thing had it all, cinematography wise, music wise. Uh,
The acting
yeah,
was really
the
good too.
acting was amazing from like all parties, mostly the two sisters. There were moments in the scene like it just threw you off because you're like towards the end you're like I don't fucking know what's real anymore, which is great from a psychological horror standpoint because that's how it
Hmm.
should be. So at some point you're just like, I don't know if the dad's alive or dead. I don't know if the sister's alive or dead. I don't know if the mom is real. Like, I don't know.
It kind of pulls over like multiple twists, and you're like, holy crap!
Like,
Like I thought,
where's this going? And like, what is actually like, what exists and what matters? And I I I, I don't know. Um, I mean, I kind of do know. I kind of do know how like everything kind of unfolded.
hmm
Uh, but I love the imagery there of basically where the dad is the cause of the sister hanging herself,
hmm
and like the whole storyline in this to get to that point where you're just like, wow, okay. Uh, but everything in this film like pretty spectacular.
yeah. What's up, Kylie? Thank you for being in the chat with us here.
Hey, Kylie.
Um, Yeah, and I just found that so riveting about this movie because there's just like constant moments where you're like, oh, like okay, this is where we're headed, and it's like, no, here's your twist, first
Nope.
twist, and it's like, okay, oh shit, all right, you keep on going for the ride, and then like, no, here's your second twist, and you're like, I love when a director can do that. I love when a director's kind of like, I see you getting ready to get up from that seat because you think
And
this is
then
about to end,
whoop.
and it's like, no, sit your ass back down. We're not done yet. We're
Well,
not
and I
done yet.
feel like the dad like died multiple times in different ways, and you're just like,
hmm
fuck. And it's like the
Yeah.
same story, but you just replace a person, and it throws everything into constant just chaos that you're just looking at, and you're just like, but it's controlled chaos.
Yeah, yeah. I found the acting to be really, really good from our protagonists. Especially the two sisters are so good at in this film. I mean, they put really good performances on.
I can see the actors in this and in dealing with dad going on to like major roles because
Major roles,
they
yeah,
are that good.
yeah. They really are. Some of them have actually worked on a couple of major films, but like, of course, not anything like leading role
Yeah.
stuff. But like they deserve. Like, I mean, these this is a really strong showing from them, and I think that that they're headed for a
Has
really
this
really good.
have they awarded anything on these films yet?
They did. I don't remember what's it called. If let me don't remember what were the award stuff
I
that
mean,
came
it's
out.
not overly important. I was just wondering if like any of these movies had like specifically won anything.
Yeah, yeah. I want to. What's it called? Um, I want to see what were the awards because that would be cool to see what won stuff. But I mean, I'll look for that right now while we're going through this. But I found the imagery to be fantastic. The cinematography is great too. I found that to be just so striking, especially because like we don't get a lot of stuff like, well, we do, but like you never see rural areas in horror executed as well as this.
Yeah, especially in
Like,
California. You never see rural
yeah,
California.
yeah, you really don't.
California has farms that aren't pot. What?
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing,
That's a
bud.
thing?
Yep. But yeah, like they did such a great job here, and I really got to just commend everybody here. I think my only complaint is that the story is a bit confusing at times. It is really hard to kind of
I mean,
grasp at
but
what's happening.
let's be real here. It's not Westworld confusing.
No, no, of course not. But I think like when you think about it, like you know, as much chaos as there is, I would like for there to be moments where we're able to like sit down and really grasp and know what's
What
going
just
on.
happened? Yeah.
And I think like with that adding a little bit of that fluff right there, just extra 10 more minutes to this, you would have yourself a really really good movie. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one 6.5 out of 10. Right? What are you gonna go ahead and give this
Isn't
film?
that what you gave the last one?
No, I gave the last one 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give this one an 8.5 out of 10. It was really good.
yeah. So the Grand Jury Award for Best Documentary Feature went to Bad Axe. Special Jury Recognition to Delicado, Seen in the Wilderness, and Free Chol Soli. Grand Jury Award for Best Narrative Feature went to The Assault. The special jury recognition went to Micah and Leonore Will Never Die, which I saw at Sundance. Audience award winners included Omiyari, dealing with Dad for
There you go.
narrative. There you go. Emerging Filmmaker Award went to Yasir Masood for Istakar in New York. Short film. Let me see any acting awards, anything like that. No best actresses or stuff like that. Hmm. I guess no, they didn't do like best actress and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm telling y'all, like this is so promising, and Youngmin Kim is definitely going to be a director that you need to look out for in the coming years, especially when he starts to get more work because he can do it. He can definitely do it. And yeah, I see nothing else, bro. Nothing here. Huh.
No, just really good film.
Yeah, no, I thought I was good to see like best actress or anything, but no, they just did like
The
for the
films.
films in general. Yeah,
Okay. I mean, dealing with
yeah,
that, like, I'm glad dealing with that got some recognition because I really did
yep.
like the story in that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and that's a big thing when you get the jury. What's it called the audience awards. Those are pretty important as well. So I'm really happy for them. I didn't get to finish Micah. When I got the chance to watch it at Sundance, I didn't really get the chance to finish it. But I'm glad that they picked up something because I know that movie looked like they had worked really, really, really hard on that movie. So let's go ahead and look at our last one here, which is The World's Greatest. The World's Greatest is directed by Judy Lay and Kenneth Lay, who Kenneth Lay is the co-director of the film. In Judy Lay's directorial debut, we explore the angst of a New York Chinatown teenage lover who struggles to find real friendships, love, and acceptance. Lay, who also stars in the film, gives a powerful performance alongside Leonard Wu, Orus in the Netflix television drama series Marco Polo. Oh shit, he was in Marco Polo?
Oh, cool.
Oh, I liked Marco Polo.
Huh.
Yeah. Who plays her brother. It's an exclamation point on the quiet life of a teen who just wants to get out of Dodge. Of course, written and directed by Judy Lay and co directed by Kenneth Lay. Produced by Shirley Zhu, Jenny Ye, and Leonard Wu. Of course, y'all, I'm really sorry if I just butcher these names. That's my bad. My bad. Um, there is no director of photography listed here, and it's edited
I
by.
guessing it was her then,
Then yeah, it probably was her or they. What's it
or
called?
them. I don't know.
Somebody. It was
Somebody did.
because I mean she's in front of the frame. Who the hell is what's it called?
Probably the co-director.
Probably co-director more than likely.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Edited by Judy Lay as well. So all right. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. Brad, I will go ahead and throw it to you first since I did the last one.
I'm going to just throw this out here, and you can tell this is somebody's directorial debut. Um, and it started off really weird for me because I thought we were going into like a documentary.
Me
'Cause
too.
that's kind of how it started off. You know, it's black and white. It's got a voiceover. You're following this girl, and then it turns into kind of like, oh, it's a film. It's an actual like narrative film.
Mm-hmm.
There were that I did so I don't know, but there were some issues in this. So like when she was talking with her brother in the bathtub, he's like, "Oh, get out!" But then you like see his blue shorts, and you're
Yeah.
like they're just like little like you can tell this is somebody's first film because you're just kind of catching some stuff that should have been like caught or edited out or these different aspects of it. I do like where the story was headed. I don't necessarily like the dialogue, and you know the acting was stiff, but you know when somebody's both directing and acting as their first of each, what it
Mm-hmm.
appears to be,
I mean,
that's
not
expected.
even just that, man. You're directing, acting, producing, editing.
Editing, yeah, so you're kind of doing
You're
it all.
you're juggling a lot.
Yeah, so I get why some of the acting was stiff. Some of the dialogue probably, I think may if they gone over the script a little more, they could have made the dialogue a little like smoother because you just get into this kind of quasi like high school drama esque like it's somewhat of a mess. Um, and I didn't hate it, but at
Oh.
the same time, you can definitely tell as somebody's like start. But I'd like to see what they do in the future. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's like a good start for someone who's trying to find exactly what they want to say.
Yeah. Uh,
But oh, and can I also say the mom in this great. Like the mom in this
oh
was
yeah,
like the freaking like the best actor in this.
yeah. I mean, she really had this like stern nature where I was like, oh man, like yo, this a mom. Like I
Yeah,
could tell that she's like,
I'm like I
yeah,
don't know if that was her mom or that was an actress, but put that lady in more movies.
yeah. Please put that in other more movies. Yeah. So it's this is a hard part. This is a hard part of being a critic sometimes, y'all. Because like you have to approach these films with your sincerity and your most
And you don't want to shit on somebody's first
no,
movie.
and when that's not what we're doing. That's
No.
not like I truly what's it called as somebody who loves movies and somebody who appreciates the art of filmmaking and also as somebody who wants to make movies. What's it called? The best you can do is always just give that love back and show it to them and show to them that this is what I think, but I know that this is where you can improve. And I think that this film has a lot of room to improve. It obviously does. It is very much a directorial. It is very much a directorial debut. It's rough around the edges. Dialogue's a bit off. Pacing is very off for a film that's an hour and 5 minutes. But I think that once you really start to strengthen those things that you're working on, like editing and performance and like directing, you really start to what's it called? You can really start to create yourself a really interesting narrative that really like finds its footing. Because one of the things that I had trouble with when I watched this movie is like I don't really know what this is trying to be. Like I don't think that it ever sits down and it's like this is what I'm
What the
trying to
end goal
showcase
is.
to you all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the time you reach that ending, you're kind of left with more questions than answers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll say that I didn't. There were some moments where they're like, like where some of the dialogue also feels like really like natural, like when they're just sitting around and they're like talking about like the comic book movies and stuff, and
Hmm.
where she brings
I
up like somebody brings up the Andy Lau should be Batman, and I'm like, I 100% with you there, bro. I was like, oh, I would love to see Andy Lau as
I
Batman. I love Andy Lau.
do you know what though the moments that are her and well I guess her brother is being acted out by the
Yeah,
actor. Those moments felt like really genuine when it was just them on
genuine. Yeah,
screen, them and or their mom on screen. Like that felt when you bring in like her,
yeah,
like I guess it kind of might add to the whole awkward like teen aspect of trying to make friends, and you're just
yeah.
fucking failing because all teens are assholes, and that is in this movie as well. But I don't know if it's portrayed in the best way, just because some of the dialogue just doesn't hit.
Yeah.
And also just kind of weird, the whole sex scene, losing virginity, just kind of weird of like, okay, this guy, how old is this guy, like 17, 16? I don't know.
Yeah, he's got to be
you
like
you would
17,
think like
18.
you would think by this age in this, well, even the 90s, we would know that when a woman loses her virginity, they bleed.
I mean, have y'all
It's
never
not like,
heard the
what is
term?
that, like, oh god, ugh.
Have y'all? And then like he's like
Go get
he
her a
says,
towel, you fucking douche.
yeah, it's like, and then he like says like, oh, I don't fuck a lot of, I don't like sleeping with a lot of virgins, but that means that you've slept with virgins before, so that we're there in there you remember that she bled. Like, do you
Go
not
get her a
remember
towel, you
I'm
douche.
sorry, in the 90s we had a phrase that was called popping the cherry. And what color is a cherry? Red. I mean, it's
Although this guy played the good total douche of the
oh, he was a
90s
total
teens,
douchebag. Yeah,
especially in the text messages of being like,
yeah.
yeah, you're too
The
fat for
AOL
me.
instant messages
Yeah,
was
like that tone for AOL hit perfectly. Like
oh
that
yeah,
is the tone. Like if
oh
you did not live back in that era, that is absolutely how it was.
yeah, 100%. And those are the moments where I can tell you that Judy Lay really showcases a lot of strengths. And I think if you follow that and you like work off of that and you really create those you create a film with more a better pacing, better direction, then you're gonna have yourself something really good. There's a lot of promise in there. And I that's just it's the part this is the part that always sucks about having to do these things is because like not everything's gonna be good, not everything's gonna be bad, and sometimes it's just hard to kind of showcase that without like coming off as like you're trying as if you're shitting on it, but you're not. You're not at all. And
No, you're trying to point out like the good aspects in it, and then what you know can be
mm,
improved because this director does have the ability to do that, just
yeah,
from what we saw in this.
yeah. So
But
of
for
course
for scoring purposes, I'm not going to score. I'm not
you're not gonna
scoring this.
score.
I'm not
It's
scoring
called
this.
I will score because what's it called? I score. I always score. You know what's it called? There have been movies where we're like, I don't know if we can score
I don't
that.
fucking know until I watch it about 13 more times.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and sit with a 4 out of 10 right now. And anybody who knows me knows that a 4 is nowhere near being terrible. Let's go. I've given some movies that have been downright
Let me throw
hell.
this out there. We watched Moonfall and The Last Airbender this year, and I would watch this 20 times before I watched
One
those two fucking
hundred
ever
percent.
again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how big of a budget were those two?
10,000 times more.
Exactly. Fuck those
Yeah.
two movies.
So what's it called? A score is a score, my friends. But that's my score, and those are the three films that we were able to watch at the Los Angeles Asian Pacific Film Festival. Want to thank them so much, the people over there at Los Angeles Pacific Film Festival. We will be so happy to return next year and cover some more films. We had a lot of fun, y'all. These are really important festivals, y'all. What's it called? Stuff like Los Angeles Latino International Film Festival is really important as well. So if you ever get the chance to go to these festivals and really seek films that are made by communities of color, it is very, very important for you to do that. I was really happy that we were able to do this for the Nerdcore, and I got to say that we watched some pretty damn good films, right, Brett?
Yeah, I'd say this was this might be one of the top festivals we've done.
Oh yeah, yeah. Finally, Brett, like now I can send something.
Yeah, I actually
Like
reviewed something. Look at
yeah,
that.
you actually reviewed something. I can actually say something. Been waiting on a Joe Buffalo review for almost a year now, but
Let's just say like we've all been going through shit.
yeah,
So I apologize.
yeah,
But I did watch these in a single day because
yeah,
I'm like I got to watch this.
yeah.
Like I got it.
Which, by the way, what's
But
it called?
luckily the movies were they were good to me. So it was
Yeah,
so thank you. Thank you for all three directors in that. You made my job easy.
yeah, yeah. But of course, Brad, what's it called? Missed the application time for Tribeca, so he will not be what's it called covering Tribeca. But Luis and myself are going to be covering Tribeca Film Festival. We should be doing some audio stuff for y'all and some site stuff as well on the website. My coverage of Los Angeles Asian Pacific Film Festival is not done yet. I have three more films coming to the website as I talk about, I believe, Radio, Free Chol
Radio.
Suli, and Delicado. I think I can't remember too well, but three other films that I'm going to be writing about on the site, and then I will be fully caught up for next week's what's it called madness that will be Tribeca Film Festival. So no, Kylie, not a 4 out of 100. It's a 4 out of 10. That's called. We don't rate out of 100 here. Our scale is 10 out of 10. But yeah, of course, we want to thank you all so much for joining us today. As always, we want to thank our Patreon supporters who help us make this possible, along with all the other stuff on the podcast feed. Thank you all so much for supporting us while we continue on with our journey. As hectic of a year as we've been having, you all have been there. As always, I want to thank our producers and our writers. Our executive producer, Shane, who can be found where, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at XSRK underscore, or go buy something from the Suppy God at Prison City Vintage in Illinois.
Nice, nice. And of course, our writers, our wonderful Tony
Hey, Tony.
at Real Nerdy Dad. And on Twitter, I'm sorry, on Twitter. Don't follow him. And then, of course, our wonderful Kylie,
Hi, Kylie.
Kylie PLI on Twitter, and Kylie P Sports 90 on Instagram. Happy Pride Month, Kylie. We love you, and we hope you're doing well. Thank you for supporting us here on the Nerdcore. And of course, we will be back on Saturday for some not high flyer. I'm sorry, the Nerdcore live show. We're going to talk about Kenobi and
Ooh,
maybe some boys. If we can get boys in there too, because I forgot
boys
Sunday
are back in
actually
town.
Sunday is a high flyer. What's it called watch along
Yep.
for Hell in a Cell. So
Hell in a Cell.
yeah. So
Which I may or
Saturday,
may not be at that. So
goddamn Brad, please try to be there.
I will
Please.
try and be there. I need to
I'm
see what's going on Sunday.
yeah, because I have to record Cinema Condition, so I'm gonna be late. So I kind of need you to be there now. But of course, I thank you all so much, and to my wonderful friends, we will see you all on the next one. Brad, send them out.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to all those who joined us in chat. Thank you to all our listeners, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And in this episode, let's just give a special shout out to all those directors who go out, create, and put their dreams on the screen.
It's not easy at all.
Nope. It's a lot of hard work. We appreciate it. Young Yoda out.